Hello, beautiful humans. I'm Shemaya. It's like papaya, except it's not. Today, I'm gonna take you through my passion planner, how I go about planning my day by the hour. My passion planner is literally one of the best things that's ever happened to me because it allows me to plan a year in advance of what my goals are, and then I get to go back and look at the goals that I set at the beginning of the year on a quarterly basis, which is brilliant. And there's sections for monthly reflections, which are just chef's kiss. And so I'm gonna take you through some of that today. Yeah? Ready to do this? Let's do it. Yeah. She's pink. She's kind of dirty because I take her everywhere. So now we're going to take a look inside my passion planner. This planner is part of the Malala Fund, which works to help all girls learn and lead, which I think is amazing. So this is a page that I did for last week. And so I have all the different increments of the day by the hour. And so I plan literally every hour what I'm going to do. And so we're just gonna go through how I go about planning, what things I consider in terms of ordering my day, and in terms of allocating time to each task. So as you can see, for the things that span over a certain amount of time, sometimes I just make the letters really big to cover that amount of time. And I really like to decorate it because first of all, it makes me want to plan because it kind of is like arts and crafts time too. And it also makes it more enjoyable to go back to my planner and be like, oh my gosh, look at these cute designs, but also it's helping me be a functional human. Cute. So I usually use 2 or 3 colors so that it doesn't get too crazy. I'll start with 2, my purple and my light pink. So I love this section here where it talks about good things that happen throughout the week. And so at any point in time, I can go back to this part of my schedule and be like, oh, this is something I reflected on that I really enjoyed. And so then it's there for the whole week. And so I can just see it anytime I open my planner, which is great emotional regulation for me. Something that I also like to do is have a daily focus, which I love that this planner does. It's the first thing you see when you look at your planner for the day. And what I also like to do is alternate colors just to be cute, just to be different. So I usually alternate colors, and now I'm alternating the pink and the purple. And sometimes I do themes, like around December, I usually do Christmas colors because I celebrate Christmas and I just am a Christmas fiend. So now I'm going over my purple, my letters with purple, just add some flair. And sometimes I do crazy fonts, sometimes I do hearts, sometimes I do zigzags. The great thing about this too is it's also mindfulness time. So like you doodle in a notebook, it's kind of like this, and combining that with planning and actually organizing your life, which is really nice. And those two worlds can collide. Something that I also do is for each hourly task, I alternate colors so that it's easier for me to see, just easier on the eyes, and so it just looks cuter. So in here, I am putting brackets around my rehearsal. I rehearse from 3 to 6 with my singing group, and so I usually make brackets for extensive periods of time, like if it's like 2 or 3 hours, just so it's easier to see what time things start and what time things end. And I like to read at the end of the day, just to wind down and to try to unplug before I go to bed. And see, when there are empty spaces, I just kind of go nuts with the doodling because I can. For my teaching at the beginning of the day, I try to make that look more organized, and I try to have those brackets there to help me know exactly when I start, exactly when I end. See, it's really up to you what you want to do. And see, here I added a 3rd color because I just wanted to have more fun. It's totally up to you how you want to decorate your planner. And I love the fact that it just gives you so much free reign as someone who is creatively inclined. The only thing is the extra hours I put at the beginning of the day because I need them. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of organized chaos. If you're thinking, this probably takes a lot of time, Shemaya, how much time do you spend a week doing this? I spend about 30 minutes doing this every week, but I feel like that also factors in with my mindfulness time, so it's kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So something that I do personally is make sure that my dinner, lunch, and breakfast are allocated in bold enough colors and patterns because I really need those nutrients throughout my day. For my body, it's absolutely essential. So this next part is so important for me in my daily tasks for the week. It is the to-do list. So what I love about this planner is it has sections for different levels of priority, and you can cross them off as the week goes. And not only does it have sections for different levels, it also has different categories. So there's a side for your personal duties and there's a side for your work duties, which I absolutely love. So see here, there's top priority and then regular priority and then least priority. And then there's a section you can check off your tasks. And here, it always has a quote for the week, which I also love. So this beauty right here was from a week in the past. I know it looks bananas, but because I had a lot to do pre-COVID, you know, we all did. So I had my rehearsals in there, and then there's also a section in each week for miscellaneous stuff. And this was another week where I had a lot of freelance work going on, and so that was allocated for each day in the same time bracket. And here were my daily focuses: spread some love, do the hard thing. Sometimes I try to be inspirational to no one but myself. You could, if you wanted to, make the more important tasks more elaborate in your schedule, or you could go this route, which is what I did for another week, where I just blocked time off with colors, and then at the bottom of the page I had a guide for what each color meant. So this was another week where I did something completely different, and I kind of just went rogue, and I just did a bunch of crazy fonts, different colors. I used about 4 different colors this time. And I definitely had an allocated amount of time for stretching, for breakfast, for cardio. I usually like to do my cardio before lunch or right before dinner. And over here, it shows you how to actually go through the planner. It has it in steps, which I think is super helpful. And this right here is my favorite part. This is where you plan out for the year, what your different goals are and how you're going to get there. And this is what we just did, our weekly planner in detail. Because we need it. I know I do. And so next coming up is my favorite part, which is the reflections section. And so after every month, there's this page where you get to write down all the things that you loved about the month, the things that you could have improved on, and it points back to your goals from the beginning of the year. Here it has you plan your lifetime goals, your 3-year goal, and your yearly goal, which I love. And then right here, it goes into more detail about that year that you're working on the planner. So for one of my goals, I wanted to get stronger. So yeah, to each their own. And this part I don't use much, so we'll skip that. And these are the reflections at the end of the month. So it asks you what lessons you've learned, what things you did well. So like sticking to the schedule, paying attention to your mindfulness time, what were your accomplishments this month? What are you most proud of? And then I love how it asks what is the overall score for the month. And it also brings you back to your goals for the year. The thing about it too is the bonus section, which is how I see it, the bullet journal. I love a bullet journal. I love how it makes me feel organized, and it also gives me the freedom that I need as a creative to just sprawl out my thoughts and just let them live somewhere. I love how this part just allows me to doodle and just do random kinds of lists. I'm a list person. Many autistic people are list people. Especially for a creative entrepreneur like myself, and like probably a lot of you. If I get sidetracked, if I get busy with one task, I can fill it in the schedule to change it up or to shift things if I need to just let my thoughts live somewhere and my ideas reside in one neat package. These markers, I got them at the dollar store. I got these stickies with them, which were also $1. Maybe they were even less than $1 actually. And I have things on here like hope, joy, since I'm a person of faith, I have faith, hearts. So that is my passion planner guide. I hope that you find it useful. I hope that you get yourself any sort of planner. Truly, any kind of planner, doesn't have to be passion planner. Again, this is not sponsored, but hey, if Passion Planner decided to sponsor me, I wouldn't like dodge it, you know? Self-care. Stay inspired. Bye. Mwah.